Good day, everyone. This is Juanita Kapp from Meticulous Moments. And yes, I'm from South Africa, but today I'm streaming from Texas and we are having wonderful weather here. But what is making this interview and this day even more special is the fact that I am online with my brother, Qissi Mohammed, and we are going to have a lovely, lovely interview. I've known Qissi for quite a while. He was an amazing, amazing facilitator, honorary guest and inductee at my Hall of Fame. And we had so many amazing people come together. But today, the focus of this interview is on Qissi and everything that he's been doing. He's going to share his wisdom with us. So welcome, Qissi, and tell us, where are you streaming from?
I'm streaming from the first country who recognized America. It's Tanger, a
Wow.
city in Morocco, and I am on the seaside, which is called Martial. I'm very lucky. Me and my family, we are next to a beautiful beach. And yeah, I mean, the first American embassy in the planet, in the world, is in Tanger. And again, first country who recognized America, you know, yeah, the first country. So I'm very proud of that.
Absolutely fantastic. So this is a very, very unique combination because I'm from South Africa, but I'm in Texas, and you are in Morocco. What a wonderful, wonderful global connection that is. And it was such an honor to meet with your son as well, guys. Beautiful, beautiful family that Qissi
One
has. He's
one
a
of my
family man.
son, one of my son. I have four. The one
Only
you
one, but
saw
there's four.
The one is you saw is Elias, and he's the youngest one. He's 12 years old, and he's been two times Moroccan champion in karate Shotokan kata.
See, like father, like son. And I was so happy
Thank
to
you.
introduce our sons to each other. I mean, Josh was here, guys. He said hi to Elias. It's just a blessed day. And Elias and all your sons are following in your footsteps.
And thank you. And the oldest one, I mean, all of them in martial arts, in karate, I put them all very, very young. And the oldest one, Ayub, which is he's 21, he's been, many times Moroccan champion in different tournaments all over the world. Then he just won not long time ago the African Championship. So there were 29 countries from Africa, and he got the gold medal. So
Oh,
I'm very,
good.
very proud of them. Yeah, I mean, thank God. That's the best thing. I mean, it's just to have kids who are respectful, who are martial arts helps so much. That's why I've been, motivating so many young parents to put their kids really young in martial arts. And that's what I did with my kids. So it's just,
Right.
amazing.
It is. It is a gift to the world. It is a gift to our children. It changes our lives, our characters. I had a discussion with you. I remember telling you martial arts was the best gift I could ever give my children. And I started them young as well. I started Josh when he was 5.5 years old. And let me tell you guys, listen to what Qissi is saying. It really is such a wonderful tool to shape our children. I know he advocates out there for martial arts and he's always bringing upliftment. And that's why I said, I just have to have my brother on the show because I know that he was a young boy with a very big dream. But he made it happen, guys. And I want to ask him to tell you the story about how that came about.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you have a passion, I mean, life is too short. So you really have to do everything you can to follow your passion. And that's what I've done, meeting Jean-Claude Van Varenberg, which is his real name. Then after it became Jean-Claude Van Damme. So basically, Jean-Claude and I, we grew up together in Belgium, in Brussels. And we met in the same sports complex. He was doing karate, I was doing boxing, and then we became the best of friends. He loved to come in my home. He had one sister. I have four sisters and four brothers. And he loved the food of my mama, that Moroccan food, the tagine food, the tagine, the couscous, the so many Moroccan dishes Jean-Claude just loved. So we grew up together and we did sports together. We loved watching movies together. And the one who really opened our eyes for movies, it's Bruce Lee in Enter the Dragon.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about the 70s. And then we just had that dream to go to Hollywood and make movies, which everybody thought we were crazy. I mean, how come you? I mean, that's just a dream because that would never happen. I mean, you don't know how to speak English. You can't go work there because you have only a tourist visa. So you have American people there who didn't make it. And then you from Belgium going to Hollywood, it's just impossible. So we just kept going, dreaming, and doing everything we can to make that dream come true. So we basically, he became champion in martial arts, karate, shotokan. I became champion in boxing in Belgium. And then we just said, once I was like, 19, he was 21, we said, we really, you know, have to go now. So we worked really very hard to put some money together to get our airline ticket because at that time in 1982, airline tickets were very expensive.
Yeah.
So we prepared pictures. We prepared pictures um, to do casting. And then we asked a friend to do those pictures. We did some beautiful one, which I'll send you, and then you can show it to our people. And then, our first name, uh, actually, I named him Frank Cujo, and he named me Michael Catalina. So that was our first name, in those pictures. So then he took like a big black bag, from his
Yeah.
grandfather, so we just cleaned it up. And then we fill up all those pictures of him and I. And then we went to the plane and we were on our way to Hollywood, but we had to stop in New York. So we were so excited and so motivated too because we met someone, an American guy, Thomas, in Brussels. So he gave us motivation because he said, you know, I heard you want to come in Hollywood, so we have a home there, and then you are welcome to come. And then once you're there, you know, until you can fly with your own wings, mean until you find a job and whatever. But at first, you can stay in our home. So that gave us good, strong motivation.
Yeah.
And he came in my home in Belgium many times, especially on Friday, because he loved couscous. So he was
Oh,
coming every Friday to eat couscous with us. My mother was such an incredible cook. So Jean-Claude was like every day, almost every day with me
yeah.
in my home. And then, yeah, we fly away for Los Angeles, Hollywood, to go for our big dream. So many years we were like so excited and dreaming about Hollywood. Suddenly we there in the plane going to Hollywood, but we had a stop in New York.
Right.
So basically, what happened there is on our flight from Brussels to New York, you had a couple like 70s behind us, and the woman was looking at the bag, right?
Yes.
Looking at the black bag, and then looking at us, and then looking at the black bag, and looking at us. And then Jean-Claude started to get upset. And then I said, Jean-Claude, just look in front of you. I mean, forget about her, let her be. And
Yeah.
then she kept on looking, and then Jean-Claude just turned around and did boom. I said, "Oh my God." I said, "Jean-Claude, what are you doing?" He says, "Yeah, I mean, she's driving me crazy and this." I said, "I just look at you in front of you, you know." And then let me tell you, that old woman start to really sweat and look at the bag even more, and then get really, you know. And Jean-Claude sees her and does boom, boom 2 times. I said, "Oh my God, what are you doing?" I said, "Jean-Claude, we still even didn't arrive to Hollywood. What are you doing? Come on, brother, man." Oh, no. I mean, and then we arrive in New York, right? And two big guys come to us and say, "Please follow us." And then I say, "No, no, no," because our English, we couldn't speak really English. I said, "No,
Yeah.
no, 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 New York, Hollywood, Hollywood." And he says, Follow us." And then I say to Jean-Claude, "I hope you're happy." And then we go down to the airport of New York.
Right.
And then they start to go through our luggage, our clothes, everything. And then, they said, "Sorry." I mean, then we said, "But where is the plane?" The plane left for Hollywood. I said, "Oh, no,
Oh,
man."
no.
And then we had to pay another ticket from New York to Los Angeles. And we didn't have much money. So everything almost left us just few change. And we have it. Thank God. I said, "We have Thomas. Thank God." We arrive in LA, and then he'll come pick us up. And then all that, it made me feel, but I was so upset, I was like, "Jean-Claude." Anyway, we go from New York. We had to spend the whole night there. So
Yeah.
I'm a big guy, right? So difficult for me to sleep. Jean-Claude is kind of shorter than me, so he can sleep anywhere. But I had a tough time in, in the airport. I remember in the morning I was so in pain everywhere. Anyway, we take the plane to LA, finally, Los Angeles, Hollywood. We arrive, and then we come down from the plane, and then we see all those lights from Hollywood. Say, "Oh my God." And then once we out, we call Thomas. Then
Yeah.
when we call Thomas, "Hey, how are you doing?" He speaks a little bit French, so, "Hey, comment ça va? Alors, comment va la famille? How's the family?" And he say, "Good." And then, we wanted to give you a surprise. We're here in LAX. And then he says, "What?" "Yeah, we here. We here in Los Angeles." And then suddenly nothing. And
No.
then I look at Jean-Claude and I say, "Let's try again." I mean, I try again, then I try again, then we try, then nothing. Oh my God.
No.
Oh, no, 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 no. What are we going to do now? What are we going to do now? We did not nobody. So Jean-Claude says, "You know what?" He shows the return ticket, right? He say, "Let's go back." I say, "What?
Yeah.
Are you crazy?" Because Jean-Claude was opening his mouth, right? He was saying, "We're going to go to Hollywood, make movies, this and that." I say, "I mean, you should have shut your mouth. I mean, now we go back and they're going to make fun of us." So I said, "No way, man. I'm staying here. I succeed here or I'll die here. But I'm not going back."
Good.
But then I didn't want Jean-Claude to go back, right? I wanted Jean-Claude to stay with me. Then I said, "Jean-Claude, listen, man. I mean, come on, brother. I mean, look, we're here. We arrived. We're in Los Angeles. We spent so much money, so much time. Look at this bag full of picture. I mean, come on, we're here. Let's give it a try." "Yeah, but where are we going to go? Where are we going to sleep? Outside?" He said, "Come on." I said, "Jean-Claude, remember the TV series, the TV show Hawaii 5-0?" He said, "Yeah, of course I remember." "Remember this beautiful beach and sun and the Palmeraie? I mean, that's Santa Monica. We are here. It's Venice Beach. Come on. I mean, in Belgium, it's always great, raining. We have no beach. The beach is far away and it's cold and no palmery, nothing. I mean, come on. We here, let's go there on the beach and let's have fun. Please, come on, brother. I mean, let's just go have a good swim and let's just, come on. And then I convinced him. We had to walk because we didn't have a money for taxi, right? So we have to walk and get a bus where it was like at that time 25 cents.
Yeah.
So we had some change. So we took the bus to Santa Monica. So once we arrived there, oh my God, beautiful beach, the sun, the palmeray, the beautiful girls walking on the beach. Jean-Claude look at me and he says, "You were right, man. Wow, love it, you know?" And then we go, we swim, we have fun. He loved it, I loved it, but suddenly night comes. And when night comes, cold comes. And then we are under this tree, this palmery,
Yeah.
And then unfortunately, we were on the ant house, like plenty of ants
Oh no.
going under our pants. We start to dance like that, and then we were like cold. And Jean-Claude looked at me, and he started to be upset. I told you we should have returned home. Look at us now. Oh my God! Let me tell you, Juanita, I remember, it was beautiful. It was paradise, and also hell at the same times. I mean, it
Yeah.
was difficult. It was tough. We were,
Yeah.
it was a mixed thing, but uh, around what, noon, because we slept very late, and
Yeah.
noon we wake up. What wakes us up is the sun, a very strong sun.
Yeah.
And then when we wake up, let me tell you, Juanita, we were so hungry. We just wanted to
Yeah.
eat.
Oh.
Oh my God. And then we see like a supermarket. We went there, and then inside we start to smell this beautiful smell. We
Yeah.
follow that smell. Yum, 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 yum. And then we arrive, we arrive to those chicken going like this, those
Those
roasted
rotisserie.
chicken.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, but it's like the we looked at it like it was for the first time. We were so hungry. First time we see a chicken, roast chicken. We were so hungry. So anyway, I had 25 cents. I go like this. Who's going to eat and who's going to watch? I
Yeah.
remember I won. And then I say, okay, go watch and I eat. When I arrive to half, it's your turn and I'll watch.
Yes.
Okay. So you have those window, like tinted window. So I'm sure it was a security having fun there watching us. But we were like, I just went to the chicken. I got the chicken. It was so hot, but I was so hungry. I put it out, start to eat, and then he comes to me, Jean-Claude. I said, keep watching. I didn't finish my half. So I finished my half, and then he comes and then I say, okay, this is your half now, and I keep watching. He looked. Then after, we find a place, with those wet towels from babies to
Yes.
clean our hand. We put the bones there behind. So we left to the cashier. Everybody in front of us and behind us have so much merchandise they bought, and we just, didn't want to go out like this. So we had a chewing gum, there. We put it there, and then suddenly a big hand comes with the bones, right? A big black hand of the security, and he put the bones and he says, "I think you forgot your chicken." And then I look at Jean-Claude. Jean-Claude look at me, and then I say, "Jean-Claude, did you eat the chicken?" He says, "No, I didn't eat the chicken." What about you? I said, no, me too. I didn't eat chicken. And then the big guy looked at us and said, follow us, follow me.
Yeah.
And I said, oh my God, we just arrived here. And if they expulse us, it's going to be very tough for us to come back because in America, when you
Yeah.
get expelled, it's very tough to come back. You are in the dark list and that's it. So I said, all our dreams going to go by. Oh my God. I said, oh, no, 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 no. We
Big.
were very worried. And then once we arrived to his office, he shows us the TV, right? And then he said to us, and who is those guys there eating the chicken? And then I look at Jean-Claude, and Jean-Claude and I said, that's us. So everything was on camera, everything was
Yeah.
on the video. So, and then I had to tell him the truth. I said, this is what happened. And then when he understood the whole story, he said that Thomas is a bad guy. He said, ah, la, 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 la. Okay. Then he said, don't worry about the chicken. I cannot bring you home. I have 8 children and I have no space, but
Yeah.
I'll pay for your chicken. I
Oh,
was just so he was so sweet. And then I was so happy he didn't bring the police.
yes.
So we left, Jean-Claude and I, and then we start to walk around, and then we see like a kickboxing gym, right?
Oh,
Like a billboard with kickboxing. We go there, someone comes out, and then we ask him, and I explain him we didn't want to sleep again with the ants, under the
yeah.
infirmary, right? So we explained the situation, right? And then he said, okay, because they have helmet, gloves, everything. They don't know us. So I'm going to close the door and I'll come back early in the morning.
Yes.
I'll come back at 6 o'clock in the morning. I remember that. I said, okay, no problem, no problem. Thank you. So he shows us the place where to sleep, you
Wow.
know. And then he says, you want to take a shower? No problem. So he was sweet.
Very nice.
So basically, we go in and then he closed the door, and then the first thing who hits is the smell. Smells bad, and the web spider web on the corner, and then the mirror was very dirty. The
Yeah.
shower, the toilet were dirty. I mean, everything was dirty. So the first thing I did, they had those little window like that just to on the above. So we opened the windows for the aeration, and then
Good.
I start to look. Jean-Claude said, "What are you looking for?" I'm looking for a stall. I'm looking for to clean up the place.
Yeah.
And then I find finally something with everything to clean. Everything was there. So I said, Jean-Claude, okay, let's go, man. Let's clean the whole thing. He says, I'm not cleaning the toilet. I'll go for the toilet, go for the mirror. And then he goes to the mirror. I go to the toilet and shower. I clean. He cleans. We clean the whole thing. Take the web spider web on the corner. I mean, we clean the whole thing.
Wow.
And then we took a shower, and then we slept. Then we woke up like 5:30 in the morning, and then the guy sees us, both of us sitting down waiting for him.
Yeah.
Sitting down, both of us. He comes, look at us, look at the place. He says, wow. He said, if you want to stay a few more nights, it's not a problem.
Wow.
So we said, oh, thank you so much. And then we asked, Jean-Claude says, we hit the bags a little bit? We would like to train a little bit. Ah, you do kickboxing? We said, little bit. I mean, we've been doing that all our life. So
Wow.
I start to hit the bag, bam, 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 bam. Jean-Claude start to hit it with his leg, helicopter kick, the whole thing. The guy was like, wow, that is little bit? Oh my God. I mean, yeah, I mean, he said, listen, we have a spot for you guys. I mean, if you want to train some people. And that's
Wow.
how we got our first job in Hollywood.
Wow. Incredible. You know what I've been
Yep.
thinking this whole time? You know, you had a choice there when Thomas did not pitch up and he didn't even answer the phone. You had a choice there. You could have gotten on that plane and flown back to your safety zone, you know, your familiar surroundings, your life, or you could take that leap of faith and you could stay and you chose. And I don't see it just in that moment, Qissi. I see it often in your life. I see innovation, I see adaptability, I see you really sticking your neck out there. And that is why you have impacted the world so much because you had the courage, my brother, to do these things.
I mean, it's just, that passion, I
Yeah,
just wanted to be in movies, and I
yeah,
just felt it was my place.
yeah,
And especially for Jean Claude, because Jean Claude sometimes subestimate himself. He didn't really believe in himself. And so I had to pump him up. And I said, Jean Claude, come on, brother. I mean, look at you. Look at your face. Look at your body. Look at your flexibility. No
yeah,
one in martial arts, especially at that time in 1982, no one has that body and
right,
flexibility at the same time.
yeah,
And plus, you have a great look. Come on. I mean, to really pump him up, I said, I mean, you're better looking than Bruce Lee. You have also charisma like Bruce Lee. You have
yes,
a better kick than Bruce Lee. You have better flexibility than Bruce Lee. You have a better body than Bruce Lee. And I was always like that. I mean, I love Bruce Lee, but I was saying the truth is the truth. Come on, look at you. I
yeah,
mean, and you can do as good as anyone out there. So I was trying always to
yeah,
pump him up,
that's right.
because that's all we had at that time. We had nothing. So basically, that's what wanted me to stay there. I said, my God, arriving there, okay, Thomas was not there to help us, but I say, we have God. We have
Amen.
God. We have God. God is there. I mean, we just need to be courageous and we need to
Yeah,
be strong,
yes,
we just need to believe. You need to believe,
yeah,
and I was believing.
yeah,
Truly, I said yes. I mean, we can do it. We can make it. But it's not easy. Of course, nothing is easy in life. Nothing comes easy in life.
that's
Of
right.
course, you have to work hard for it. But
That's
too
right.
many millions of too many millions of people out there do a job. They wake up in the morning and they
Yeah.
hate their job. They
Mm-hmm.
hate their job. I didn't want to be one of those people.
Yeah.
I wanted in my short life to try, at least try. We were young. I was 19. That's the time. That's the time to try to follow your passion. Don't lose your time in just everyday discotheque and doing bad things and smoking and drinking. And don't lose your time, that
Yeah.
energy you have, because at that age, you have so much energy. You have to think
Right.
about you. You have to think about you when you'll be 50, 60. You have to
Yes.
think about you when you be 50, 60. Means it's now you have to work. Now you have to work for later. Now you have to do it.
Right.
So
That's right.
basically that's what I did. And again, nothing is easy, of course, but
Yeah.
nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible if you really try. You can make it in 1 year, maybe in five, maybe in 10, but
Yeah.
the key is not giving up. Do
That's right.
not give up your passion. Don't let nobody tell you it's impossible, you cannot do it, are you crazy, it's just a
Yeah.
dream. Don't believe nobody on that. Try to surround yourself on positive people. If you don't have nobody, you have you and you have God. And let's do it.
Amen. Amen to that. And I have to say, I have to tell the audience, guys, Qissi has been such a positive influence on my life as well. The empowerment he speaks into people, the energy that he carries, that he puts out there in the universe, all the positivity. He's a mover and a shaker because he's positive, and he's genuine, and he wants to make the world a better place. And I'll tell you, the audience, how, that happened. I spoke to Qissi about the event, and we spoke about a lot of things on, when we were conversing, and Qissi dropped things in my spirit at a point in time, and I don't think you even knew at that point in time, Qissi, but I was also battling with, people saying, oh, but you'll never be able to do that, and you'll never be able to pull this off. And I had negative people speaking into my mind, and then we had that conversation where you were saying, you can do it, nothing's impossible. And if you have that dream,
Listen,
follow
we
that
are
dream.
way we are we are way stronger than we think.
Yes.
God gave us a brain. I mean,
Amen.
unbelievable. Look at what human being achieved today. I
Look
mean,
at it.
come on. We look at us. Look at what we achieve. I mean, just in the 80s, I didn't know about this smartphone, you know.
Yeah.
Of course, it has good and bad things in the smartphone, especially for young kids, but the parents need to
Yeah.
be responsible and to be careful and just to give it a little bit, not too much. But anyway, we never knew we will be able to talk like that. Look at us. I
Right.
mean, Jean Claude and I, we wanted to contact our family at
Yeah.
first, and the thing is, the first thing we wanted to do is to tell them we arrived well, not for them, not for our parents to be
Yes.
worried about
Very.
us. So we had to find a way to do it. So what we did is basically we lied. I mean, Jean-Claude wanted to say the truth. I said, don't do that. If you say the truth and you say, Thomas, if you say, Thomas, screw us up, they're going to tell us, come back now.
Yes,
So
they would.
I had, so I had to say, I had to say, uh, uh, I had to say I had to lie. I had to say,
Yeah.
Thomas is so wonderful. His
Oh,
parents are so beautiful. I mean, their fridge is full of food, and they have a beautiful swimming pool, and they have a big house. And I mean, we have a beautiful home. And Jean Claude has his room, and I have my room. He has his bathroom. I have my bathroom. We have everything just for our parents not to
yeah.
worry about us. You
Yes.
see? So
Sometimes.
we couldn't talk like that. We had the phone, you know. So we called and we told them this is the situation.
That's right.
Um, no, what we were doing a lot is doing the tape, the tape dictaphone. It's
Yes.
like just talking to them because we didn't like writing, right? So we
Uh-huh.
do tapes and then we send information. Then when they send us back the tape, we can
Yeah.
hear their voice. Again, we didn't have like today's Zoom or
That's
WhatsApp, or we
right.
didn't have. So we had just the tapes, dictaphone, and then
Yes.
they sent it back. And I remember when we were hearing their voice, my God, I was so, we never really left our family. So it was very,
That's
very
right.
hard.
Yes.
And we had to get ourselves busy all the time, busy, because the time, empty time, we
Yeah.
start to think about our family and we start to be sad. So
Yeah.
we had to keep busy all the time. So that's what it is. Can I have a few minutes break, Juanita?
Of course, I'm pressing pause.
Oh, okay, very good.
So we are here in our next part of our interview, guys, and Qissi has been sharing so many phenomenal stories. I see the joy, I see the laughter, I see the moments of awe, I see the sadness, and I see longing back home, but having a determination to keep on going, to keep on pushing, to make it work and
Always,
to reach that
always.
goal. Absolutely. And that is what is so inspiring, Kissy, because I mean, it was a scary time, but you just decided this is how it's going to be. We are going to make it, even if we have to tell our parents everything's fine when it's not. And you eventually got through that hurdle. So tell us what happened next. When did you get onto the movie set and how did that feel the first time you put your foot on the set?
Wow. It was amazing. Amazing. I mean, first movie, it was in 84. And because we didn't know nobody in the business, right? So we did some, you know, teaching in that gym, but then they had to go out, they destroyed it, they did the building.
Oh,
So we worked, me as a pizza restaurant and Chinese restaurant. Jean-Claude got married with Cindy Derderian. So he was lucky because their family was very wealthy. So he slept in a beautiful place. He was in a beautiful house in Newport Beach. I was not far away from Beverly Hills, a room with three other guys who were doing, cleaning dishes, Mexican guys, very sweet. And we had like in one room, four beds, two beds and two beds, those
yeah.
superposés. And uh, he was gluing carpets for the father of his second wife, Sidi
Uh-huh.
Derderian, because his first wife, he had her when he was in Belgium, married just 1 year.
Yes.
Meli originally from Caracas, Venezuela, and then uh, second wife Cindy Derderian, and I got to go and see him one time a week. He comes to see me one time a week, and then we had that job in the movie, which was called Breaking. You see, you can go to Google, go to Breaking, a movie in like 1984,
Yeah.
and you see Jean-Claude and I dancing. We just had a part of extra.
Okay.
That's all. But
Yeah.
just that, and we were so happy.
Oh,
My God, we were so happy. You have no idea. Just as extra part, but we were staying there uh, after, before, maximum just to meet people, trying to just we were just feeling good on the set. And I remember when the movie came out in Belgium,
yeah.
they said, "Oh my God, they made it!" I mean, imagine just as extra, and they said, look at Jean Claude, look at Mohammed. I mean, they made it." And imagine when we did blood sport,
Wow.
kickbox, or Lyra, that was a shock. So that was our first experience. We had another movie, a short movie called Monaco Forever. Then we had Karate Tiger, No Retreat, No Surrender. Um, and, you know, for but most of the time we had nothing. Of course, it was very, very tough. And,
Yeah.
the family of his wife were just saying, "Stop dreaming," you
Yeah.
know, and this is the market business we are in, and just keep gluing the carpet. So Jean Claude was not happy about that,
Yeah.
and what can I say? I mean, sometimes, yeah, at Ben at that time when we did breaking,
Yeah.
we were at a restaurant called Ben Frank's on Sunset Boulevard. and so excited. We went really early to do our scenes. Then we went to Ben Frank's. We start to talk to each other, like we were so
Yeah.
happy about it. So you have a man who was looking at us, and then he come to us and he says in French, a perfect French. He says,
Wow.
"Where are you from? D'où vous venez? De quel pays?" And we say, "Belgium." Ah, very rare for me to see somebody speaking French, especially at that
Oh,
time in 1984.
wow.
And then we were surprised because first time we hear someone talking French and perfectly.
Yeah.
So he says, "What are you doing?" So we told them, "We are just chasing our dream, we are following our passion." And we're so excited because we had our first big break, in breaking. And then we
Yeah.
explained. And he started to smile when we said big break. Then we said it's the extra part.
Yeah.
But for us, it was a
Okay.
huge break.
Yeah.
It was big
Wow.
for us. So, and we said, "What about you?" And he was like, "We were in our 20s." He was in his 60s.
Yeah.
And then "What about you? I mean, what?" And he asked for originally, "Where are you from?" "Okay, you are from Belgium, but you," he looked at me because I don't look Belgium, right? Jean-Claude look Belgium, but not me. He
Yeah.
said, "No, but what about you? Originally from where?" I said, "Morocco." He says, "Me too. Me too, from Morocco." I said,
Wow.
"Ah, which city?" "Rabat." "Me, Wujda." So we start to talk. And then we tell him,
Yeah.
what are you doing? He says, "Me, I am one of the assistant of Muhammad Ali."
Oh,
So
wow.
Jean-Claude and I, we look at each other, we look at him. I mean, "Are you talking about Muhammad Ali, the boxer, Muhammad Ali?" Says, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, Muhammad Ali." Oh my God. I mean, we used to watch Jean-Claude and I his fight
Yeah.
because we didn't have the same time, right? So we
That's
had to
right.
wake up early in the morning, around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, to
Time
watch his
zone.
fights with Joe Frazier, Ken Norton, George Foreman. And we loved Muhammad Ali and Bruce Lee. Those are the two we really
Yeah.
loved and were inspired.
Yes.
So we said, "Oh my God, we would love just to see him and to say hello to him and to shake his hand, please, if it's
Yeah.
possible." So he looked at us and he says, "Okay, wait half an hour. I'll come back."
Oh.
Then he comes back half hour and he says, "Follow me." We follow him and we look at each other. Oh my God, is this real or what? Are we really going to go see Muhammad Ali? I mean, we were not, we still didn't believe. So we arrive on Wilshire Boulevard, security gate opens. We see on our left a window, house, a desk, office. I mean, where
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali is sitting down, and he closed the Quran and give a kiss to the Quran, put it on the table, and come and open the door for us.
Oh.
So when he opened the door for us, he was so sweet, so nice. He gave us a place to sit, and he says, "You want tea, coffee?" We said, "Coffee." So he bring us coffee, and then he goes to a briefcase, opens it, and start to do some magic trick. He loved to do magic.
Oh, wow.
And then with Jean-Claude and I, imagine us drinking coffee. He put us some cookies, right? Cookies, drinking his coffee, eating cookies, and looking at Muhammad Ali doing some trick and magic for us. I mean, imagine that.
What a treat. Wow.
Unbelievable.
What
Unbelievable. So
dream come true.
then, then he tells to show us a place. We go to the stairs. He want to show us the room, and then we see like a rope at the entrance
Yeah.
with a coffer, window coffer with rope, boxing glove, boxing rope,
Yeah.
with crystals. And we looked at it, beautiful rope, right? And he looked at us, looking at the rope, and he says, "This is a gift from Elvis Presley."
Oh my goodness. Wow.
And we said, "Oh my God, we also love Elvis Presley." So we were so impressed. So then we go into the room, and then when we go into the room, we see all those trophies. Oh my God, everything he won during all his life,
Yeah.
all the gift he received. I mean, it was an amazing
Wow.
room with plenty of beautiful belt, worldwide belt.
Right.
It was very, very impressive. So then he tells me to me, he looks at me because people originally from Morocco, they are
Yeah.
most of them Muslim. We do have also Christian in Morocco.
Uh-huh.
We have also in Morocco Jewish,
Uh-huh.
but most of the people in Morocco are Muslim.
Yeah.
So he says to me, if you want to come to the mosque with me to pray,
Yeah.
it was the time to go pray for him. So he
Yes.
was really sweet telling me to come. So I look at Jean Claude, and he looked and said, I said, can he come with? He's also Muslim. I said, no, but he comes from a Christian family. So
Yes.
every Sunday we are going to church to
Good.
pray, Jesus
Uh-huh.
Christ.
Yeah.
And then on Friday, we go for the mosque, Prophet Muhammad, we go. And then I respect his religion. He respect mine. I go
Amen.
pray with him. He comes and pray with me.
Yeah.
And then he loved that. He was like, oh,
Wow. That's cool.
so he really loved that. He said, okay, let's go. So Jean-Claude and I, we go to the mosque and we pray with Muhammad Ali and with Abdel Kader, the guy who brought us with us.
Wow.
So we'll pray together, right? So after that, he takes us to Dar Maghreb. Dar Maghreb is a Moroccan restaurant in Beverly Hills. So we went and eat there.
Yeah.
And then he took us for a drive, in Mulholland Drive. He took us, this is the house of Marlon Brando. And then he keeps
Oh,
on
wow.
taking us driving with his beautiful, comfortable Rolls Royce.
Oh,
So
wow.
imagine Jean Claude and I with Muhammad Ali, taking a drive uh, 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 with Muhammad Ali.
Wow.
It was. We were looking at each other, Jean Claude and I. Are we dreaming or this is true?
That's right.
Unbelievable. I'm sorry, just 1 minute.
Amazing.
Sorry.
Amazing.
Uh, my pleasure.
So here you are in the Rolls Royce with Muhammad Ali, and he's showing you all these cool things. What a dream come true.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And then he goes for his training session.
Yeah.
And he goes, if you want to come to my training session. Oh my God. We didn't want to abuse, but it was so sweet. And of course, we were living a dream
Yeah.
like millions of people who love Muhammad Ali.
Yes,
I mean,
absolutely.
we sensed and felt we were blessed and so lucky.
That's right.
My God. And then those are the moments who helps us to really keep going, even if we are done.
Mm-hmm.
We have those moments which really give us like you know a boost,
That's
and then when we arrived in his boxing gym, Jean-Claude says to him, my friend also do boxing. He says, you do boxing? I said, a little bit. I've been doing that all my life. So he said, okay, come. come with me in the ring. So imagine going in the ring, sparring Muhammad Ali. That was like, I have some pictures when we are at home with Muhammad Ali, Jean-Claude and I, when we are next to the mosque. I will send it to you.
Very cool. Awesome. Thank you very, very much.
You're very welcome. And then we are in the ring, and then I start to move. You're right. I move.
Yeah.
I throw my hands, and then suddenly Muhammad Ali stop, look at his friends, and he says, "Hey, he boxes like me." And that was the best compliment I ever had in my life.
Amen.
So, I mean, it's true. When I was boxing in Belgium, a lot of people were saying, "Oh, you move like Muhammad Ali."
Yeah.
Honestly, I never tried to copy him. It was just instinct because very young, 7 years old, 6 years old, 5 years old, because my
Yeah.
parents, my father loved Muhammad Ali. So we all wake up at night and watch his fights. So I was just really, when I was watching him boxing, I remember I was really watching him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You were
Really looking
studying.
at every move.
Yeah.
Every move. I just look at him. I love the way he moves. And so I just loved it. And he came out naturally when I was in the boxing gym.
Amen to that. What a great moment in your life.
So
Having him
that was the
compliment.
best compliment I ever had in my life. And he was just an amazing man, amazing man. So um, yeah, um, and then life goes on.
Yes.
Life goes on. We had very very difficult moment, very tough moment too. Uh, and then one day, Jean-Claude loves to go to discotheque, right? I love dancing,
Yeah.
but he was crazy about it. He wanted, if he could go every day, he goes every day. Jean-Claude, we need to rest, we need to train, we need to prepare. I know one day we're going to make, are you not dreaming? Do you think, I mean, look, we go to casting interview, we,
Yeah.
we try to, nothing is going on. I said, Jean-Claude, I just feel it deep inside. No, we have to be ready. We don't have time to lose. You have to train. You have to. So basically, uh, what happened first is okay. I'll tell you. I have so many stories in my mind, so I know I cannot tell you all of them because, as I told you, we will stay 1 week at least by talking Zoom. But I'm trying to find
Yes.
real special moment. But there were so many special
Yeah.
moments. But here, a special one, which maybe will make you laugh a little bit. We went to on Sunset Boulevard, a discotheque called Carlos St. Charles. So we knew the bouncers. We knew them, so they let
Yeah.
us in. And then we see a guy giving a tape to the DJ, and then we love the music. I love the music. It was wow, it's beautiful this music. Then we dance on it, and Jean-Claude says, "I know him." So, what do you mean you know him? Yeah, I was listening to his music already. I mean, but this is his new album. But he's a singer. I mean, he knew he's a
Yeah.
singer. And you know who it was, Juanita?
No.
It was Prince.
Oh my goodness.
It was Prince. So listen to that. We were, that big first album of him, because you can
Yes.
see he was already doing music, but he was a little singer, not really known.
Yeah.
But that album made him a superstar.
Wow.
But at that time, he was known a little bit, not much. But to tell you, I didn't know him. Jean-Claude knew him. He knew some of his music. I didn't. Anyway, then What happened is the guy came back after the success in Carlos and Charlie's. My God, the place was packed. He came with a huge limousine.
Oh,
Everybody wanted to take pictures with him. Just a while ago, he was by himself,
yeah.
giving that tape to
Yes.
the DG.
A little
And
tape.
then a little time comes by, he becomes huge. I mean, we couldn't even, at that time, we could have go sit down with him, talk to him, but because he was by himself, but there, impossible. Full. So that's where we met quite a few people. We met Mike Tyson, Ray Sugar Leonard, Thomas Stearns. We
Yes.
met Eddie Murphy. They were going there in that place called Carl C. Charlie's, right? So at one time, Jean Claude was with a girl, right?
Yeah.
Dancing.
Yeah.
I was tired. So I said, Jean Claude, let's go. I mean, I'm going, have a good time. So I go. And then the day after, he tells me, you're not going to believe it. I says, what? He says, I came into that apartment of that girl, her name Mouse. Her name
Yeah.
was Mouse. And then I came in and I see all those posters, pictures of Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
And then at one point, she was on the phone with Sylvester Stallone. So actually, that was the mistress of Sylvester Stallone. She
Oh
was
my
dancing in the,
gosh.
she was dancing she was dancing in the strip club of on Sunset Boulevard. So all that, I was like, what? I was
What are the odds?
unbelievable. And then we meet someone at Bonos Cafe,
Yeah.
a guy who's like originally from Switzerland. He loves guitar,
Yeah.
and he's the ex brother-in-law of Sylvester Stallone. He was married to the half sister of Sylvester Stallone. So follow me. Well, follow that.
Oh,
And Jean Claude opened his mouth and he told him what happened with Mouse. I say, Jean Claude, why are you telling him that? Oh, but that's okay. I mean, he's his ex brother-in-law. He's not with Stallone anymore. But why are you telling him? You should have tell him that. Anyway, we were staying at one point in a house that was just before, because I'm mixing here. I'm sorry. It was
good.
before
Right.
those times. Some of those times were before
Yes.
he got married. Before he got married, okay.
Yes.
Before Jean Claude gets married with Cindy Darian from Newport Beach.
Mhm.
Anyway, what happened there? We were staying at one point at Filippo Zenghi house. He was a manager of Sylvester Stallone. Look how life is. And
Really?
once we arrived, when we arrived, look at that. Well, when we were in Belgium, we were sending, letters with pictures.
Yeah.
Nobody answered us. One answered us. Guess who? And we still were in Belgium
Still
before
wait.
we go to America. Before we go to Hollywood, you know who answered us? But we sent beautiful picture of cover
Yeah.
karate magazine from France. Yves Bolognel and Jean Claude had a beautiful kick on the front of the beach, and that was done in Knock, near
Yeah.
Knock, where you have the beach there in Belgium, and we send letters with pictures, with magazines, and the only one who answers us is Chuck Norris.
Oh, Chuck. Wow.
Very nice answer of him. Very nice answer of him. And he says to us, when you come see me. Here is my address. I remember he wrote Rolling Hills. And that's where he was living with his wife and his sons, Ken and Mike.
Yeah.
Ken Norris and Mike Norris. Anyway, so once we arrive in Los Angeles, in Hollywood, the first one we were trying to see it because we went crazy like millions of people with Rocky. So we wanted to see Sylvester Stallone. So we were in his place and we stayed there until at night, until night. And then a
Yeah.
limousine comes in, and then the bodyguards come to us, and we say we just would like to give something to Sylvester Stallone. We did send from Belgium, but maybe he didn't receive it. We just want to make sure and to give it to him.
Yeah.
The bodyguard says, "No problem, give it to me. You can go now. I'll give it to him
Yeah.
with our information, with our contact, and everything." That moment was before he met his mistress, the mistress of Salon, and before we meet his brother-in-law, and before we meet one of his manager, Filippo Zanghi. All that was before. Okay, so
Yeah.
sorry if I mix up,
No
but
problem.
I'm trying to follow the best I can.
Yes.
So the day we are with Filippo Zanghi, he let us sleep in his garage next to the garbage. So we had always that problem of smell of the garbage.
Yeah.
But that was better than staying with under the palmery with the ants at that time. So uh, uh, um, we had one time Sylvester Stallone wanted to see Jean Claude. So he said, great, maybe because of the picture and all that, he has a movie for us. Wonderful. Somebody says he comes alone. So I said, no problem. I go with him. And then he
Yeah.
goes in his office by himself. Jean Claude comes out crying and really disappointed
Oh,
because actually Sylvester Stallone was with like five guys
yeah.
because he saw the way Jean-Claude kicks, he saw his muscles, he saw everything. So anyway,
Yeah.
and with the bat, he says he saw bat of baseball, and he says to him, if you go one more time with mouse, I will kill you. That Jean-Claude tells me that. So if I see you with mouse, with his mistress,
Yeah.
one more time, you are done.
Oh, oh.
So I said, oh man, we were so happy. We were thinking maybe he has a movie for us.
Right.
Then we find out it's the brother-in-law who told everything, the ex-brother-in-law who told everything to Sylvester Stallone.
Oh. Well, that was certainly a turn of events. Everything
That
to that point,
that
and
Juanita, that
so
Juanita, I did many interview, but you are one of the only one who knows this anecdote, this story.
thank you. I appreciate it very, very much. And the story sharing here, you're a very good storyteller. I remember when we were at the event as well. You are definitely someone who captivates the audience's attention, and your passion has always been to put good stories into their minds and bring a clear message out through your films. And I know that's the result that your book is also going to be bringing out in the world, because you have done so much good out there, my brother. You are always uplifting people. You're always working on projects. Kissy and I have projects that we are working on, guys. And he said earlier he's having his, is it strawberry juice? What juice is that, Kissy, with the almonds?
That is orange and strawberry with a little bit of ginger with almond. Much healthier than Coca-Cola, much healthier than beers and all those bad things like chips and all those bad things for the health. So that is really healthy. Almonds and orange, strawberry, and some ginger.
Very, very good. See, guys, we have to keep our health up. That's what Kissy said. He said we've got projects to do. We have to keep our health up. And health is so important, Kissy. What is your advice to people out there who are pursuing? You had many chances where you could give up, and you went through a lot of things where you could have just thrown in the towel, but you didn't. You didn't. You stuck it out. And what's your advice to people out there? I know that sometimes we have this big dream and people don't see our vision, like you've mentioned. They don't see our goals. So they import their thoughts and their theories into our minds. But I'll tell you one defining moment. I had a plan to do that Hall of Fame for MAP. That was my goal, my vision, one of my dreams. It was on my list. And there were so many things that were coming at me, and I went through a very stressful time. And we were in that event that night. We were standing there, and all the beautiful inductees were sitting there. And it felt like God was speaking to me in that moment. And I stopped the program. I remember you were standing right next to me. I stopped the program and I said, guys, I'm standing right next to Qissi Mohammed. And in that moment, I was like, wow, this is something I've always wanted to do. Because, Kissy, I watched your films when I was growing up, and I watched those films when I started training as well. They were an inspiration to me, and they were something that motivated me to do what I've done in the martial arts, and it's only bettered my life. And you know what I said to the audience, for those members that weren't at the event, Kissy was there with me and all the lovely inductees as well. I said, this honor and glory goes to God first, and He gave me the courage to dream big. And I see that in your life, that big dreaming, the passion that you had, and just saying, well, I decided I'm going to do something, so I'm going to do it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And what can I say? I mean, God gave us this unbelievable body. I mean, imagine the body we have.
Right.
God gave us the best gift. But God told us in the Bible, in the Quran, same thing.
Right.
He says, I give you this, but you have to take care of it.
That's right.
You have to take care of it. Because if we don't take care of it, He's going to be sad.
Mm-hmm.
He created us for us to take care of our body. Mm-hmm. So imagine the brain He gave us.
Yeah.
Like we talked earlier, imagine what we achieve. We are in a plane, I don't know how many miles above, and just from country to country, from city to city, and so many other things we created because of the brain God gave us.
Right.
And imagine the most intelligent people like Albert Einstein, use only maximum 10% of his brain.
That's right.
So that is the most important human being, most intelligent human being.
Yeah.
So imagine still have 90%. If Einstein used 10%, maybe I used 1% or 2%, maybe. So imagine once we use 15%, 20%, our children, our grandchildren, our children of our children, They
Yeah.
will be using more and more. They will be doing more and more unbelievable things. So that's the first thing to do is take care of yourself. Don't go and do drugs.
Yeah.
Don't go and do bad things. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, do sports.
Yeah.
Do
Marshall.
sports, even if you just have to go walk in the park, walk on the track, walk on this beach, but just walking like an hour every day, just walking. And that helps your body to be healthy.
Yeah.
Be careful of what you eat. Be careful of what you are with, whom you are with.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be with negative people.
Yeah.
Don't stay with negative people. Don't stay with people who are bad, who are
Yeah.
doing bad things. Don't stay with those people because if you do, then it's your fault.
Mm.
Sometimes just that negativity. Some people are negative. Oh, well, yeah, you never make it. Oh, you never do it. Oh, but don't forget about that. Oh, so what do you want me to do? Why am I alive?
Exactly.
To do nothing?
Yeah.
I love that. I want to do that. It's my passion, and I'm going to try.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way you need to react and behave.
That's right.
Everybody has something special.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody have a passion, something. It will come to you. If you don't have it yet, it will come to you. Then follow what you love most. What everybody has something he would like to be, he would like to do. Then try.
Yeah.
Try. Don't let until you'll be 40, 50 and say, oh my God, I lost my time. I should have. At least you will
Mm.
regret it.
That's
You
right.
will regret it not to try. At least just try.
Yeah.
And try to be surrounded of healthy people and good people. And where are you going to find them? Not really in bars, not really in discotheque, but more in sports, in
Yeah.
martial arts club,
That's
in
right.
martial arts. Positivity attract positivity. Negativity
Right.
attract negativity. So try to go to positive place.
Yes.
Sports is healthy, it's beautiful, and most of the people who go to those, gym or whatever you
Yeah.
like, whatever kind of sport you can be soccer, can be bicycle, can be
That's right.
anything sport, you will most of the time find, a dancing place where you can dance, like learning
Zumba.
aerobics. I mean, sports, most of the time you have healthy and clean people there.
That's true. That's right.
So So try to surround yourself of healthy people. And
Mm-hmm.
then when you have kids, make sure your kids goes early to do sports, like I
That's
did
right.
with my 4 kids.
When
That's what
they're
I did
young.
with my 4 kids.
Yeah.
Occupy them before they occupy you.
Yes. That's right.
You better
Shape them.
occupy them. And life, it's about two habits. You have the
Yeah.
good habits and the
Yeah.
bad habits.
Yeah.
And if you put kids really early, like I did with my kids really early, two
Yeah.
years old, 3 years old, 4 years old, 5 years old, in the sports, then they will have a good habit.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So that's a message
Absolutely.
for the young parents.
Absolutely. And that's impeccable advice. And I can completely vouch for that because I lived that. I took my children to the dojo, and it's the best decision that I've made for them. It has shaped them. And are they still children? Of course. Are they still going through learning processes? Of course. But you know what, guys? Once that character is shaped, and Kissy, you and I know the Bible as well. We know God, God instills those values in them through the vehicle of martial arts and other sports. They will always come back to what is the right way. They know what's right and what's wrong, and they will always have that guide. They will always know. But when I was at the dojo, it was my second home. There's things that are implanted into their subconscious that will help them to be healthy, successful adults one day. And that's because of the effort you put into your four sons when they were so young, and the teaching and the grooming that you've given them. Look at what they are achieving out there because you took the time to raise them well. And I think it's a big thing today. I saw it in the church when I was a pastor so many years. I had to become a mother figure for a lot of youths in the church because the parents never bothered. You know, they were too busy or they had other commitments that they had. And I understand life is busy, but guys, take a moment, stop, and make sure that your family is in order, that your children are okay. Because let's face it, Qissi, our children today face a whole other society than we did when we were younger. I mean, everything has changed, especially with technology.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, um, Chuck Norris, that was a big moment when Jean-Claude and I we met him. We went to his house, and who comes out? We were very lucky. It's Chuck Norris himself, and he recognized, right away. He said, "Wow, the pictures, that kick,
Remember.
it was amazing." He first thing he did, he showed us his gym, his dojo, on the ground floor in his house in Rolling Hills. And we've been training with him like 6 months. We've been with him.
Yeah.
And with his friend Howard Jackson, who was also a fighter. And at one point, he invited us to Palm Springs. He has a home there. And I see him coming with a beautiful cake.
Yeah.
And he says, "Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, Mohammed." So Chuck Norris with a cake coming to me, and then it was not my birthday. I didn't
Gosh.
understand. I said Jean Claude, and Jean Claude was behind Chuck Norris doing to me. Jean Claude, he just wanted to eat some cakes, and he lied to him, and he said it was my birthday. Jean Claude
It
was
worked.
Jean Claude was doing things like that. I said, I look at Chuck. I said, thank you very much. So even if it was not my birthday, I said thank you. And then I look at Jean Claude. You put me in a big shit here. If one day he finds out, I'll be like.
Oh my
So
goodness.
time goes by. We train with him, and
Yeah.
then at one point he come to us and he says one day, and of course we got to meet his son Ken and Mike.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And then one day he tells us Howard has a fight against Andre Brilleman.
Oh.
It's on YouTube actually, and you'll see me
Oh
on his
wow.
corner. And I have some pictures of that. I'll send it to you.
Thank you.
And he says, "Okay, one of you, if it's okay with you, will go with Howard for
Yeah.
his fight against Andre Brilleman in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
And the other one will come with me," he says, "Chuck, to Philippines for a movie, Missing in Action. One of the movie Missing in Action
Yeah.
will come with me to help me on my training and all that, to assist me in my training session." He just loved the way we train, and we trained him and trained Howard, and we trained ourselves. We were, helping each other, training together. We went through like a 6 beautiful months with him, I have to say. And then I say to Jean Claude, "You should go with Chuck, and I'll go with Howard," because actually, one of the guys was supposed to go with Howard was like from Mexico, didn't have
Right.
really his passport to go with him in Amsterdam. So that's what we did.
Yeah.
And then I was happy also because Amsterdam is next to Belgium, is next to Brussels. So I talked to my parents. They came to watch the fight, and then I went back with
You
them
could
home.
see them.
Before coming back again to Los Angeles, I got to see my family.
Oh, that's good.
And the problem is Eric van der Weg, a Belgian guy from a rich family, which we knew him from Belgium, was in Philippines. And he was taking Jean-Claude to discotheque. So Jean-Claude
Oh,
was not doing his job.
oh no.
So yeah, so Chuck Norris was pissed. And I was pissed.
Yeah,
So Jean-Claude came back and we met in Los Angeles again. And then, I was pissed because I said, my God, I mean, that's we're that, we couldn't go back to him because that happened. You understand what I'm saying?
that's
It
right.
was
Yeah,
so that's where basically pretty much he met, Cindy Dardarian, got married. Then I was working on a restaurant, Italian, Chinese restaurant, put some
yeah,
money together and trying just to put some money together like that one day we can really concentrate on movies.
yeah,
And then one day he comes back and he says, I had a fight with my wife and this and that. I said, Jean-Claude, what? Yeah, I mean, they think I'm just dreaming when I talk about movies and this and that. And I have enough glowing carpets. I said, Jean-Claude, come on, look at me here, brother. Look at me. Look at where I am. Look at where you are. You are in a beautiful place. Look at my place.
yeah.
I mean, we have to be patient, try to put money
Right.
together, and then we'll go. And once we have enough money, we'll go and knock on doors. So he went back with her. Then again, later on, same problem. But then one day, big problem because he hit her, because she hits him. And then I say, my God, what did you do? And then Armenian, he was a very, very wealthy guy, her father, because
Yeah.
he even had a street. Imagine in Newport Beach, a street on his name, Derderian Street. He's originally from
Oh,
Armenia. He has a big factory of carpets.
right.
And then, I mean, I was getting along great with him because I go to him in Newport Beach one time a week. Then he comes to me around Beverly Hills one times a week.
Yeah,
And then once I go there, I was talking a lot with her father, and we got along great. And he
yeah,
has a bodyguard with a gun.
yeah.
I know that, and then when he tells me, something happened bad, I said, oh my God, anybody doesn't want nobody to hit their daughter, but
Yes.
especially not Armenian people. Trust me,
Oh,
Armenian people, my God. So بدك حاجة ولا بدك حاجة؟ Can I have a break?
of course.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So there were paths that crossed. There were things that went right. There were things that went wrong. I had quite a chuckle about, I'm seeing everything that you're describing in my mind's eye because you describe it so well, and I'm sure the audience is doing the same thing. What happened after
Oh my
that?
God. Oh my God. Juanita, it was a very, very difficult time at that time.
Yeah.
The father, I mean, I knew he was coming in to look for him. So, and he
Right.
knew where I was living. So
Oh,
I had to take all my luggage and get out of it, get out of the place where I was. So we got out, we took a motel, and then my friends where I was living with, they said he came in, the father of Cindy, he came in with his bodyguard, and he came in to look for us.
oh.
So I did very good to take all my stuff and
My
get
God.
out. So I called, I apologized,
Yeah.
and I told you, we were getting along great, him and I. So he just said one thing. He said, listen, because I knew he was going to be so upset. So I left like 3 days for
Yeah.
him to cool down. And then I called. And then when I called, he basically said to me, I have nothing against you, but that guy, don't approach my daughter.
Sure. Yeah.
He's not going to approach my daughter. Be careful. So that's what happened. I said, thank God he didn't want to still look for him, you know.
Man.
So I said to Jean Claude, I spoke with him, and this is the situation. So he also was not stressed anymore.
Yes.
So he was like, and then I said, look, listen, Jean Claude, because I worked like for like a long time in that Italian restaurant and Chinese restaurant, sending food with my motor, you know, in different places on Roxbury Drive, in the saloon,
Yeah.
you know, hair salon. I have a story about the hair too, but that's anyway.
Very cool.
And I go one day. I go one day to the one of the mansion there, and on Beverly Hills, bringing some food, and who comes out? It's Ringo Starr. Ringo Starr comes
Oh,
out and then takes the food and gives me, I remember at that time, $100 bill tips.
wow.
$100 bill tips. So anyway, sometimes I had small tips, sometimes half, sometimes big tips like that.
Yeah.
Worked very hard, didn't spend any money to eat because I was eating Italian when I was working in the Italian restaurant. I was eating Chinese when I was in Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
So money in the bank, money in the bank, money in the bank, always thinking the day
That's
we'll be
right.
ready to go and knock on doors
That's right.
on production companies, in movie companies,
Yeah.
movie studio. So anyway, I said, Jean-Claude, here, Jean-Claude didn't have a penny when he got the problem with that
Right.
girl. He didn't have a penny.
Oh, damn.
So I said, here I have $11,000.
Wow. All savings.
In the, I saved $11,000. I know Jean-Claude is not going to sleep in place like that. I mean, he's just going to be cranky, and he's going to he's going to want to go back in Belgium,
Yeah.
home. But also he came up with a family, you know, like flowers. It was their home, a
Yeah.
flower shop, beautiful flower shop. He had one sister. They were doing good financially, but not me.
Right.
Me, I have
Yeah.
four brothers, four sisters. I was
Yeah.
sleeping always with the foot of my brother in my nose, you know, because we were sleeping in the same place, you know. I mean, you know, we had we had no money. I mean, you know, and I was used to work very hard, very early, and it was different life. Okay,
That's
so
right.
I was more prepared for a tough life than
That's
him,
right.
to be honest. To be
Yeah.
honest. Anyway, so I said I have to find a place. So I find a place on Norton Avenue, Janet Aglenti. That's the name of the manager who takes care of renting the place, like 60s. Very nice woman. Two-bedroom apartment, $1,000. I said, you know, I tried to negotiate, and we start to talk, and we become a little bit friends like that. We were talking because I came back a few times. I said, we don't have that money. I tried to. Finally, she came down to $730. So that was not bad. $730. And we took it. Two room, two bedrooms, two bath. And then I told her, as soon as we can find a roommate, she said, don't worry. If I find somebody, then we
Yeah.
find a girl. She find a girl, very sweet. She took a
Yeah.
room for 400. So
Oh,
we had to pay 330. So I was
good.
trying for those $11,000 to stretch
Stretch it.
maximum, because
Right.
I said, Jean-Claude, listen, once we arrive to 2,500, we go back to work
Yes.
because the Italian restaurant, the Chinese restaurant, they told me,
Yeah.
anytime you come
You
back,
come back.
anytime. They were very sweet because I explained them the
Correct.
truth. We have a
That's right.
passion. We want to anyway. Then Janet Aglanti tells us, knowing our passion, and we wrote a screenplay called Atlas. And she is also a writer, so we got to be really
Good.
good friends.
Yeah.
And then she says, Jean, I mean Frank Cujo, because she looked at the pictures and all that. Frank Cujo, that's not a good name. And she said, who find that name? I said, it's me. I said, it's me. That's not a good name. I mean, Frank, she said, I will always remember that. It's too much like names of truck driver. And
Okay.
then she said, Cujo, it's the name of a dog in a movie. I mean, it doesn't sound good. So she said, Jean-Claude. Jean-Claude,
Jean-Claude
okay. Jean-Claude Van Varenberg, okay.
Panda.
That
Wow.
Van Varenberg, even though, let's be honest, we have Arnold Schwarzenegger. So where is the problem? But anyway, she said Van Varenberg, okay, we can find something. But Jean-Claude is nice. It's good, Jean-Claude.
Yeah.
So I had a good friend of mine in Belgium. He was in his 60s at that time when I was boxer.
Yeah.
And he was in the clothing business. He was a wealthy guy. He comes watch all my fights, and
Yeah.
each time I fight, he gives money. He gives money. I remember, very sweet guy, and his name was Paul Van Damme,
Ah.
and he passed away. So I said Jean Claude to in homage, for my friend, and because he also met him. I introduced him to
Yeah.
him. And not a story with him we have there, but anyway, I keep going. Uh, we're going to need quite a few interviews, you and I,
Yes.
to give all my stories. Trust me.
You got
I
it.
mean,
You got it.
once you read my bio, you'll see so many anecdotes,
Amen.
so many stories. Anyway, so then Jean Claude, and then she hears Van Damme, and then she
Oh,
says Jean Claude Van Damme.
wow.
That's a good name. and that's how and that's how he got the name.
Wow. That's cool.
Then she says to us, Dramalog, every Wednesday you
Yeah.
have open casting call. You have it's a newspaper. You have like different
Right.
places you can send your pictures. That's what we did all night long. We were with Dramalog, watching Dramalog, looking and early in the morning. We don't go to sleep. We go to the post office and we
Yeah.
send pictures. And we send pictures. So, but many times didn't happen good. They were making fun of us. I mean, some people on the casting because they were saying we couldn't speak English. And then we don't have to lose our time. And then Jean Claude got sometimes depressed. So it was a difficult moment, Juanita. It was not
Yeah.
easy.
Not
Uh,
easy.
Jean Claude, many times wanted to go back home, and I always keep on saying, "Hey, listen, just 1 month, just one more month, just 2 more months,
Yeah.
just come on. I mean, we still have money in the bank account. Just let's stay, brother. Let's try. Let's." Was not easy because he wanted to go back.
Yeah.
His father told him, "Don't lose your time anymore. What are you doing there? I mean, I have a here. You can drive a tramway, and you have your money every month."
Yeah.
And you will have your retirement and you have your medication taken care of.
Wow.
What are you losing your time there?
Yeah. The
So it was
dream.
not easy. Was not easy. Was not easy. And one day, Dramalog, we see 20th Century Fox,
Oh,
Hunter with Schwarzenegger,
oh, yes.
with Apollo Creek, with Bill Dukes, with Jesse Ventura, with I look at that, and they needed in the open casting call in 20th Century Fox, they needed someone really flexible, really strong, and he plays an alien. We see half of the face
Yeah,
of alien, the other face, your face.
yeah.
But of course, after that, many things change because they change Hunter to Predator, and
Mm-hmm.
then they change what look for the half
Right.
face on having a full makeup.
Right.
At that time,
Predator.
it was
Wow.
half. It was half at that time. That was the idea.
Yeah,
An alien, half half,
that's right.
and needs to be 6 foot two. So Jean Claude turns the page, and I bring back the page. Say, what are you doing? I say, but I'm not. Says, but I'm not 6 foot two. I said, yeah, but you're flexible and you are muscular.
Right.
I mean, what do we have to lose?
Just
I
try.
mean, my money is going down, brother. I said, my money is going down.
Yeah.
We cannot be too choosy, too choosy. Let's just
Right.
go.
Go for it.
So he said, oh, okay, okay. Uh, and then he had long hair at that time, right? So, and he was always trained with leotard,
Mhm.
leotard, everything glue in his. So we see all his muscles very well, right? So I said, you're going to put your leotard, right? He says, what? I said, yeah. I mean, if you put your jeans on and they're not going to see
They're not gonna
nothing.
see.
They want,
Right.
they want somebody muscular. So we need to show that.
Yeah.
So he says, yeah, but I'm going to look like a homosexual. I said, what? I said, this is going to be an alien
It's
part.
the movies.
It's a movie. You're supposed to be alien, so just trust me. Come on, stop that. You're going to put your military jacket. He had
Yeah.
often like a military jacket.
Yeah.
I'm going to put you like a glasses on,
Yeah.
you know. But your hair, I said, your hair, I have to cut that. I said, what? He says, what? No, 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 no. He had long, beautiful hair, right?
Yeah.
I said, if you don't, then you will look like a homosexual. He said, ah, so yeah, let me cut it Marines. Trust me, just like a soldier. Let me cut it like a soldier with the dark glasses. Just trust me. And I was like with him,
Very good.
But when I was working in the Chinese restaurant, an Italian restaurant, I was bringing some food
Yeah.
to a salon, to the saloon, where they cut hair.
Right.
Woman, only woman there cutting hair, right?
Yeah.
For women and manicure, pedicure, all that. And that's where I met a girl, and she became a girlfriend of mine. So we
Awesome.
and then I said, we don't need really to speak English there too, and it's just cutting hair. I have to learn how to cut hair.
Yes.
I have to learn how to cut hair because I can see she tells me how much money they make, right?
That's right.
So I'm sorry about the story. I'm going back and forth
No,
right now.
that's
So
good.
I hope
That's
you
good.
follow me.
Absolutely.
Then you have an Argentinian guy living in the same complex apartment just next to us where I was living with those Mexican in one room. You had a guy named Raul. He was like in
Right.
his 50s and he was cutting hair for like 30 years.
Oh, long time.
So I was saying, please, can you help me teach me how to cut hair? And then I was already teaching him boxing. He loves boxing. So I was teaching him boxing. And he says, "You teach me boxing, I teach you, hair, no problem." I said, "Thank you so much." But he says, "One condition."
Yeah.
I says, "What?" I said, "What?" I said, "What?" I said, "You bring the guys. You bring the guys where you're going to cut hair. Too. You bring them."
Yeah.
So I brought all those Mexican guys. They had a lot of hair. So I start to cut. He told me you have to have like a dress, something, for haircut,
Yeah.
and machine and scissors. I went and buy everything.
Yeah.
So I brought those guys and I started to cut hair. The problem is I was making holes, I was making holes all over. So the, so the, so the poor Mexican guys, they were like looking like regretting for them to come there. So, so the poor Raul, Argentinian guy, he come and fix my mistakes. But with time, I start to cut pretty good.
Yeah.
So
Good.
that's why I said to Jean-Claude, sit down. I put my thing,
Yeah.
and then I was already learning. I learned how to cut hair. So I said, sit down. And then I cut his hair, Marine cut. It's pretty
Very good.
easy, right? With the machine, was
Wow.
pretty easy. I cut it very nice, very well,
Yeah.
with the casket, with the black
Suits.
glasses, with the military jacket, with the leotard.
Nice.
And then we go to 20th Century Fox. And then the guy at the security says, "It's finished." What do you mean finished? Yeah, the casting is done. I
Oh,
mean,
oh.
everybody left. I said, "Oh," and then I said, "Please, this, okay, maybe if you have some chance, go." But I know many people left, and then he let I say, "We come from far away. Please,
Yeah.
this, that." So we go and we arrive. I remember I see those people coming out, right? But after I find out Robert Davis was coming out, Robert Davis is one of the owner of 20th
Oh,
Century Fox. You have Joel Silver, one of the best producer ever of Hollywood. He won Oscar of best producer in the 80s. He did
yeah.
many movies, like he produced many movies like Die Hard, like many
Die Hard.
movies with Bruce Willis. Yeah, I mean, big producer. And then John Martinian, the director of Predator. And those are the people coming out, but we didn't know
Oh,
them. We just said
yeah.
we are coming for the casting.
Shit.
And then he said, "Yeah, but I mean, there were like over 800 people. I mean, now we finished. But they didn't find nobody they wanted.
Ah,
And don't forget, why those people who were so important, they were there in the casting, because that costume, after I knew that, the
yeah.
costume they
Yes.
put was
Yes.
like $1 million. Just the
Oh,
costume cost
goodness.
1 million. Yeah. I mean, amazing. I'll explain you what was the first Alien, the first Predator, because nothing to do with the one you saw. I will explain you
Yeah.
what happened. Okay, they saw Jean-Claude, with his big legs, with
Yeah.
his muscles. They look at him, they say, "Okay, come in."
Yeah.
So we go in, it was a big place, right? Empty. And then John Martinian comes and says to Jean-Claude, "I want you to think you are in the middle of the jungle.
Oh,
And I want you to be like a felon, like a tiger. I want you to move, like imagine the trees. I want you to jump. I want you to do like some nice move in the air. And I want you to do this and that."
yeah.
And then I had something with Jean-Claude before. I was always saying to him, "Jean-Claude,
Yeah.
I don't need to look at you because you're the best.
Oh,
But I will look at them.
mm.
You do your stuff and you look at me. Don't look at them
Yes.
because they're not going to look at me. They will be looking at you."
Yes, that's right.
So if I do this, that means the reaction is very good. But if
Yes.
I do this, that means the reaction is bad.
Yeah.
But the thing is, with Jean Claude, I always do this. Always. Then
Yes.
he start to do his things, right?
Yeah.
But kind of shy, kind of timid. Big place, not tree, not jungle, just
Right.
emptiness. Imagine all that. He was kind of, and then I see them. Oh my God, I see them, Juanita. They were ready to say, "Get the fuck out of here." So I do this, I do this, I do this,
Yeah.
I go this, and then Jean Claude change. He start to jump, and he was happy, because I did this right. They're happy, and then they jump, doing this, and then John Martinian says, "Okay, stop, 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 stop. Very good. Are you ready to go to Puerto Vallarta?" I say, "Yeah, yeah, he's ready." Okay, come here.
That is awesome.
And then Jean Claude looks at me, and then he looks at them, and he says, "What about my friend?" He says, "No problem. He comes with you.
Right. Both of you.
First, here's John McTiernan. He will take you to studio, to Boss Film. Boss Film, Boss, Boss Film Studio. Yes, Boss Film on Marina Del Rey.
Uh-huh.
It's a place. Can you see me?
Yes. Yes. I got you.
I think my I need to charge my phone. I believe low
Okay.
power mode. Okay. Okay. Can you can see me, right?
I can still see you.
If it turns off, then would you just give me some time and I'll try
Of
to
course.
reload.
Yeah, of course.
Anyway, uh, no, we go to Boston, Marina Del Rey with John McTiernan. We even didn't know. We thought he was just a driver, right? But he's
Yeah.
the director.
Wow.
He takes us to Boston and he meets us with Richard, very nice man. And he explained him because they knew kickboxing, this and that. We're a champion of kickboxing, and they're going to do the part. He's going to
Yeah.
do the part of the alien. At that time, called Hunter. It was not still not Predator, right?
Oh.
Because I think because Hunter, the right of Hunter was already done, another
Oh.
movie or TV series, or anyway, they had to change, and then they had Predator.
Right. Very cool.
And then, my God, Juanita, what a trip there. What a trip there.
Wow.
Richard comes, first thing he comes with like a statuette, and he
Yeah.
shows the alien.
Right.
Nothing to do with the alien you saw Predator. I'll send you the picture. You'll see.
Thank you.
You'll see what kind of the first alien of Predator. That's what it was. After they had to change because I'll
Yeah.
explain you. Problems happen. I'll tell you.
Awesome. Thank you.
So he sees that Jean Claude and me, and then Jean Claude say, "Yeah, but we read in Drama we see half of my face."
Yeah.
I said, "No, no, no, everything changed." He says. Jean Claude didn't like it, right? We don't see his face anymore. And Jean Claude look at me. Then they're trying to screw us over here. So what the fuck? So he start to explain, no, 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 you're going to be in the neck of the animal. It's going to be like a metal here, and then the head of the alien go like this. And you'll be inside the neck. So, but we'll give you something to breathe. Oh my God. And then already Richard looked kind of weird because, of course,
Yeah.
Jean-Claude was looking weird, right? So I said, "Oh my God!" In my mind, I say, "I hope he's not going to blow us this up." You know, I didn't want to
Yeah.
lose this deal or whatever. You
Right.
know, I was like, "Oh my God!" I see Jean-Claude already. You know, like didn't like the situation. And then also he has a problem. He's claustrophobic, right?
Oh,
So
snap.
you understand
Oh
what I
my
mean?
gosh.
I mean, so he brings a picture after he says, I mean, did you see this? Did you do this kind of things? And we see the whole plaster. You know, when they get ready the mold, they
Right.
have to do the
That mold.
whole. And then Jean-Claude said, no, no, no. He said, I don't do that. No, I mean, because you breathe only from the nose here, everything is closed.
Oh,
And and then Richard said, what? He says, no, no. I said, oh, hold on, hold on. I said, no, no, it's not. It didn't mean that. Can you please give me one moment with him? Just one moment, please.
yeah.
And Richard said, okay. He goes, right? And then I said to Jean-Claude, what are you doing? I mean, what are you doing? He said, you know, I'm claustrophobic. And look, those fuckers, they're trying to screw us up. I don't see even my face, the whole thing. I'll be like a puppet inside the costume. I mean, what the fuck? I said, what the fuck is this, you know? I mean, he was like, I said, but Jean-Claude, listen to me. So he says, what? I say, I mean, we're going to meet, can you imagine Schwarzenegger? Uh, we're going to meet Joel Silver. We're going to meet Apollo Creek, the people we need those contacts. We need those connections to be able to do maybe something
Yeah.
else. I said, come on, don't do that, please. I mean,
Yeah.
he said, what do you want me to do? I can't. I'm claustrophobic. You know that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I say, okay, Jean-Claude, let me see what I can do. I say, okay, if we do half
Yeah.
of the plaster of the face, and then
Yeah.
half, I say, Jean-Claude, I said, come on, man, $11,000. I worked many years for, like 2 years
Right.
for that to put that together, and the money is going down. I mean, we're going to have to go work again.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, 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 no. I'm going back home. Me, I'm not going to go work Chinese and Italian. No, 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 no.
Yeah.
I said, "Oh my God!" I said, "But Jean-Claude, think about me, man. I mean, we spend all
Yeah.
that money, and then you're going to go. I mean,
Yeah.
come on, let's give it a try, brother. I mean, don't do that,
Yeah.
please. Don't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, let me see what I can do. I
Yeah.
mean, let's say, I mean, half is okay. If half, then you can have an eye, you have a nose, you have half of the mouth. Is that okay?"
Yeah.
He says, "Yeah, okay, okay." He says, "Okay. I mean, I can breathe. I can say, okay,
That's
okay,
right.
that's fine." So I go back to Richard, right? When I said that to Richard, he said, what? Because you can't do that. You have to do the whole thing because it's
Right.
not going to work with the costume. It's impossible.
Yeah.
He says, okay, forget about it. If you have a problem, I'll just call the producer. I said, no, 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 don't do that. I mean, we come from Belgium and it's our dream. And please
Yeah.
just give him one more. He said, last time. He says, the last time. That's it, because
Yeah.
they don't have to time to lose, you know.
Of course.
So I go back to Jean-Claude, right? Because I had to explain to Richard. He had a fight. Why he's reacting like that, right? So I
That's
had to.
right.
I can't say he's claustrophobic because that's bad. I mean,
Yes.
Jean-Claude's not going to like that. He doesn't want me to say that. No,
Yes.
in different interview, he said it to people, so people know he's claustrophobic. But at that time, he was shy about that. He doesn't want
Yeah.
people to know he's claustrophobic.
That's
You know,
right.
it's like a handicap. So he didn't want people to know that.
Mhm.
So I didn't say that. What I said he had a big fight in
Oh.
Japan,
Uh-huh.
and he had a bad knee hit in here, and he couldn't see for 3 days. He couldn't see. the guy, the guy, the guy was looking at me like, yes, and what? I said, and he won. because I can't say he lost. Jean-Claude doesn't like that. He won the fight. He won the fight, but he was blind for 3 days because of that hit. Oh my God. What things I had to come. I don't know how it came up in my mind, but it did. So
That's
the guy was kind of, and then the guy, that helps for the guy to be patient and,
right.
to be understanding.
That's right.
So just give me, and then I go back to Jean-Claude and talk to him again. Then I say to Jean-Claude in French, tu me fais confiance?
Yeah.
Means, do you trust me? He says,
Yes.
of course you trust me. You're my angel. You're my, shadow. You're my brother. Of course I trust you. So, okay, listen to that. Give me your hand. You're going to take my hand and you have a code. If you squeeze one time to time, one time means everything is okay. But if
Right.
you squeeze two times,
Yes.
then I'll take out everything. And I was going to do
Good.
it.
Good.
I'll take out everything.
Yeah.
What do you want? What do you want more? We just do that code.
Right.
If you feel
Right.
okay, you're okay. But if you
Yes.
don't feel okay, but I'm sure you'll feel okay. Don't worry, I said. I'm sure of that. But if you
Right.
don't feel, you just give me that code two times, tack, tack. I take everything out. And I say
That's
to Richard, I'm sorry, we go. We
right.
go. That's it. How
Amen.
he says, how you do that? Yes, I'll do that. If I say I'll do it, he says, okay, like that, good. Like that, I do it.
Good.
So we sit down. I hold his hand, but you have different people in both films. It's a big studio, right? You have all those costumes of different movies, horror movie, those prosthetic, and
Right.
an amazing place, amazing place.
Wow.
So people look at us because I hold his hand. So they say, those two are weird. You know, what the fuck is that? Then what happened is the guy put the plaster, does his things, right? And Jean-Claude was squeezing my hand like that, non-stop. I thought he was going to break my hand. I said, what's wrong with him? He did the one, the two. I didn't know what happened.
Yes, it
Then
was
when
just
we finish, right? Then when we finish everything, I said, Jean-Claude, are you going to take my hand off, man? I mean, what happened to you? He says, no, 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 I was feeling good and I didn't want you to take off the thing. So I just wanted to say to you, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay. I said, yeah, but follow the code, man. We said time to time. And you just want to take my hand off. So I was happy though. I was happy everything was okay. And we did that costume. And what happened there is one day, one day we go, we have a meeting with two girls in Piano Bar in 385 Cienega Drive.
yeah.
Who comes out? Menachem Golan, which we were trying to find, and we couldn't.
Yeah.
We find just a guy working the casting for Canon Production because Canon Production is the one who produced Breaking, where we play extra.
Right.
So finally, we see Menachem Golan coming out from the piano bar. We said, Mr. Menachem, we would like to meet you. We would like to see you and talk to you. And he was drunk, right? Menachem Golan was drunk. Coming out, huh? What? And actually, we met him
Yeah.
before we come to Hollywood.
Wow.
We met him in Milano
Wow.
because one day, father of Jean-Claude, which I was calling Papi, which his name is Eugène, his mother is Eliane, he just passed away not long time ago, and I was calling her Mommy.
Yeah.
And Papi, the father of Jean-Claude, still alive today, is like 95 today.
Wow.
And he's the one who saw us trying to make it in the movie business, right?
Yeah.
And he's the one who showed in the newspaper, he saw MIFED.
Mm.
MIFED basically, it's like AFM, like
Oh,
American Film Market, or like
right.
Festival of Cannes. But
Right.
Festival of Cannes is very prestigious.
Oh.
And then MIFED, it's in Milano.
Mm.
It's it's basically like there is like business. It's
Oh.
business. Big building with rooms. Every room has like a TV, a sofa, and posters. People there, producers selling their movies, and
Wow.
distributor from all over the world come to buy, like American Film Market,
Right.
AFM. And that's where we met Menachem Golan the first time. And that's where everybody was telling to us, go to Hollywood, go to Hollywood. And that gave us also more motivation to go Hollywood. The two
Amen.
things,
Wow.
the two things who really gave us motivation, it was when we went in MIFED and they
Mm-hmm.
gave us plenty of business card. We are full of business card, right? And Thomas, who told us he has a home there. Those are
Yes,
the two real motivation for us to go. So actually, even if Thomas did bad with us at the end, I thank him because he gave us motivation.
that's right.
That's why I say in life, anything negative happen to you, you have to be patient and look at it carefully because inside, on the other side, you might find out good things. That negative things happen to you, in reality, you have positive things.
Amen to that. I believe that.
So
Yeah.
that happens to me many times in my life.
Yeah.
So don't go crazy in life. Something really bad happened to you because if you stay calm with
Mm.
time, you might find that helped you.
That's right.
Even though it was very negative, it did help you.
Yeah.
And sometimes you find out that with time.
Yes. Amen.
Menachem Golan, and then he recognized us. Remember, me fed, because we speak French, he speak a little bit French. Ah, yeah, 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 remember. Okay, I have a new office on San Vicente Boulevard.
Oh,
He was proud of it. New big office, Canon production, right? Call me. He was really drunk, right?
yeah.
Call me. And then, we will find a moment. And then he left. And we were so excited. We go inside the piano bar and we start to talk and so excited. And the two girls were there next to us and they
Yeah.
got upset. They left. And then we said, good. Well, let's say we were so too excited, you know. So day after in the morning, I said, Jean-Claude, let's go have our tuna melt. Time to time, we go in the morning, go to have tuna melt, a place called Duke's,
Yeah.
which is interesting with the story of Bloodsport is the story of Frank Dukes.
Yeah.
And look life. I mean, there it's a restaurant called Dukes and does great tuna melt.
Yeah.
So he said, yeah, then we wake up and on that we go. And then we go, let's go to Menachem. He says, what? Yeah, let's go to him. We have his new office. Let's go.
Yeah.
He said, but he said to call. I said, Jean-Claude, you know calling doesn't work, brother. We called
Yeah.
so many times. That's
That's
it of
right.
calling. I have enough of calling. Money is going down. It's going
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to. I keep always pushing, even though Predator, it was postponed because
Yeah.
the first team who left with the plane to Puerto Vallarta to do the movie, they crash and they all die.
Oh.
So very sad moment for 20th Century Fox, and they had to push back.
Oh.
So we had some time, so I was trying to find, you know, I didn't know. I said, maybe they cancel. We have to keep trying.
Yeah.
So finally, listen to me, and we go. Once we go to San Vicente Boulevard, it was such a strong wind, Juanita, a real strong wind, right?
Yeah.
And we had to hold the corner of the building, the corner to
Yeah.
push because the wind was so strong.
Oh.
And Jean-Claude says to me, it's a sign of God. Let's go back. So what do you mean, let's go back? I said, let's go in. They said, no, I push and I go. So come on.
Keep clinging.
So there we go in, security there, reception, and I go. Didn't know how it goes, but everything from God. I just talk and say
Amen.
lies. I say, hi, we come for Mr. Menachem Golan. He says, yes. Who are you? Say, yeah, you just tell him we had a dinner together in Piano Bar last night. He
Yes.
told us to come now. Just, uh, uh, okay, hold on. And then he calls, and of course, he was in the piano bar.
Right.
And you have a restaurant, and you know, he was drunk. So maybe he said he met some people important and told them to
Right.
come in the morning. I was just hoping, and that's how it happened. And then he changed his way of talking to us. Oh, okay, very good, Mr. Menachem is waiting for us. For you, you go at the penthouse, and you go. No problem. He's waiting for you. We go to the elevator. So follow here carefully, Juanita. The
Yes.
elevator, very
Yes.
important.
Uh-huh.
Zero, one,
Right.
2, 3, 4, penthouse. It was PH. Okay,
Yes.
listen to that.
Yes.
Go in the elevator. We push penthouse.
Right.
We arrive in the penthouse. First thing we see when the elevator come out is a big poster I will always remember of
Yeah.
Dolph Lundgren, Master of the Universe.
Dolph Lundgren.
I even don't think they did it finally. I'm not sure, but anyway.
Yeah.
And many posters we go in, right? In the hall, posters, pictures was like, wow, we love that, right? It's beautiful. Movies after movies with Michael Dudikoff, with Charles Bronson, with Chuck Norris, and we just go in that hall and we hear screaming.
Ah.
We didn't like that, right? We said, oh. And it was Menachem Golan who was screaming, negotiating a deal with the
Ah.
agent of Sylvester Stallone for Over the Top,
Uh-huh.
movie called Over the Top.
Right.
And we find out, they were asking $20 million check for Stallone.
Yeah.
Nobody received that money in 85.
I know. That was a long
Nobody.
time ago.
And they
Right?
put it down to
Yeah.
12 million, which still was the best paid ever in 85.
That's
He
right.
got paid more than anybody else.
That's right.
Canon Production was in the 80s the first best independent movie. They were making so
Huh?
much money because of Chuck Norris, Charles
That's
Bronson, Michael Dudikoff. They had a deal in South Africa. I didn't know that. I knew that after. They had a deal in South
oh,
Africa, which they were making the movie for nothing. I mean,
wow.
nothing for money, but very
Right.
little money.
Very little,
And they
but
were making money, big money. They were making many movies. Quick,
wow.
quick movies, quick movies. Money,
Right.
money, money. So anyway, but
Yeah.
then big mistake, try to do big movies with big actors. He should have
Mhm.
stayed small. That's one of the reasons he got problems.
That's right.
Because financially, I mean, it was crazy. $12 million. Wow. And
Big.
big fight, for the directing because the agent
Yeah.
of Stallone said Stallone will direct the movie. But
Oh,
Menachem Golan wanted to direct the movie.
oh, so they were clashing.
So there was a big fight there.
Right.
So anyway, we were sitting there in front of the door of Menachem Golan screaming, right? At one moment, he comes out.
Yeah.
When he comes out, his shirt off, right? Big Tommy, I remember. He look at us. Ah, it's you.
You
Okay.
remember.
Yeah, he said, it's you. Go down to the second floor, go see Bob. And he left.
Oh,
And he left to Joachim Globus, his associate. Joachim Globus was his cousin. And
oh,
Joachim Globus was in the administrative, all the contability, and Menachem was more artistic. All that
right.
I knew that with time.
Right.
So Jean-Claude look at me and says, "You happy now? Huh? Okay, let's get back. Let's go back home." We go to the elevator because what happened here, Bob is homosexual. He liked Jean-Claude. We already gave pictures,
That's
but
right.
he wanted something else. Anyway, so
Oh,
Jean-Claude said, "You're happy now. We have to go see Bob. Let's go. Let's go back home. You know." We go to the elevator, and what does Jean-Claude, Juanita? You tell me when you're in the elevator. What does he do?
I don't know.
He
He
pushed
pressed number
zero.
two.
He pressed zero. He
Why is
wanted
he
to
at
go
number two? He wants to leave.
because he knows Bob is a homosexual. He knows Bob. He 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 already gave him pictures. He has already all our information, and he said, "You want me to go back to that guy?" That guy. I mean, we went to him
He
a few
didn't want to
times,
go.
and we went a few times already to ask, and he
Right?
always, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
So what do I do, Juanita, at the elevator? What do
Press,
I do?
you press two.
I press two. Jean-Claude goes banana in the elevator. What the fuck you want me to do with him? What the Say, Jean-Claude, calm down. Menachem Golan said to us to go see Bob at the second floor. We go see Bob. Please don't do that. Ever open, we go and we go see Bob. Uh, Bob, I'm sorry, but this is the situation. And then Bob look at me, oh, you are trying to go above my head.
Huh.
No, not at all. It's just no, don't misunderstand. We met him yesterday in piano bar, and my understood he said to me to come to see him. I'm sorry, and now he said to us to come and see you. Okay. I have your pictures. I have all your info. And he looks at Jean Claude and says, "And you know what you have to do."
Right.
And then Jean Claude looks at me. Jean Claude wanted to fucking kill me. He says, and then I say, "Please, we understand. You like men, we like girls. I mean, we respect you. We have no problem with your choice. But please respect us. We just come from Belgium to try to make movies.
Absolutely.
So please, okay. I have your information. I'll call you if I need you. Okay." So he was ready to come with us. So listen to that. I said, "Oh my God, I hope he doesn't come with us because if we go out the building, we'll have no more chance to see Menachem whatsoever."
That's right.
And then, thank God, his phone rings. And then we say, "Listen, you're very busy. We don't want, we go out. Don't worry, we wait for you to let us know. We had the beeper at that time. It was a beeper. We had no smartphone. It was a
Right.
beeper, and then when you'll beep us, we'll call you, and then we'll just
Right.
come. No problem. Sorry about that. And then he says, okay. Then he goes inside his office for the phone. We go
Yeah.
to the elevator. What Jean-Claude does in the elevator, Juanita? You tell me.
I'm not sure. Does he press
Come
zero
on.
again or does he go off?
Of course, he wants to get the fuck out. So he pushed zero. So Juanita, what do I do? What do I do? What do I have left to do?
You have to go back up.
No, you can't because he pushed zero directly. So when you are in the elevator, when you push zero,
Oh
the elevator go
no.
down.
It's gonna stop there first. What did you do?
I push one.
You delayed it.
I push one. That's all I have left. And
You
Jean-Claude goes
negotiate.
again. And Jean-Claude goes again, banana.
Yeah.
So I grab him here. I said, no, you're going to fucking listen to me and you're going to
Good.
fucking get me crazy. I have enough. Follow me and shut up. I was
That's
like
right.
really pissed. And he
Yeah,
knows me. I'm a sweet guy, but when I get upset, I get upset.
that's right. You've been trying and trying to get this done, and he's been opposing.
So the elevator opened at the first floor. What do I do, Juanita? What do I do?
I
I
don't know.
see the stairs, front of me, the stairs. We go back to the penthouse.
Good.
We go back to the penthouse. We go back and we sit down
Yeah,
again in front of the office of Menachem.
yeah.
We see Menachem coming back from his cousin, from Yocham Globus. We see him coming back, and he look at us. Huh? What happened? Oh, I say, we went the second floor and we didn't find Bob. We didn't find him. So we just want to tell you we couldn't find Bob. Ah, but we don't want to disturb you more. I said we're really sorry. We go. And he says no. Okay, 2 minutes, but only
Right.
2 minutes. I said it's good enough. 2 minutes. It's enough. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, Helen will come and get you whenever I'm ready. So he goes in. We sit down. Helen, his secretary, comes with coffee, cookies,
Right.
and then Jean-Claude looked at me. He couldn't believe we're going to go into the office of Menachem Golan. Nobody does that, especially not people like us. We had nothing. In his office is only big people, like the agent of Sylvester Stallone, not us. We just had an extra part in breaking, that's all. And we're going to play inside the puppet, inside maybe in the 20th
Yeah.
Century Fox. It was just a puppet inside,
Right.
so
That is mask.
so we eat the cookies, drink the coffee, and then Jean-Claude says to me, but what are we going to do when we're going to be inside?
Yeah.
I think, I hope it's not going to, I don't know how
Yeah.
much time more I have left.
No problem. No problem. If you want, we can end this session off and then continue tomorrow
Uh,
if you have time.
I have some more here.
You have battery? Okay, good.
Uh, this part of the story I'm almost finished, so let's finish this part of the story, then we can see for something else after.
Okay. Good.
Uh, I'm almost finished. I think 10% will take us to the end of this part of the story.
Perfect.
So Jean-Claude says to me, so what are we going to do inside the office of Menachem? I said, listen, brother,
Yeah.
Menachem is Jewish. So
Huh?
listen to me.
Yeah.
In Morocco, we have Muslim, we have
Yes.
Christian, and we have Jewish. And
Yes.
we love each other like brothers. In
Yes.
Morocco, we have no problem. So, but listen to this. I know Jewish people. In the market, I know what they do.
Uh,
Imagine we are in the market. Imagine I'm selling a carpet.
right.
I'm going to show the carpet. I will show the beautiful things. I will. That's the way I'm going to do it. What you mean, carpet and this and that? What? I say, when we go in, I'm going to put a chair and a chair. You're going to put your split. You're going to show your muscles. I'm going to put the pictures of you on his desk, and I'm going to show everything. Because I even don't think
Good.
Bob showed the
Yeah.
pictures to Menachem Golan. He showed nothing.
Oh.
So here I'm going to show everything. Ah, okay. So, okay. Good idea. Good idea. So he was stressing, I
Right?
said, come down. I said, relax. Everything's going to be good, brother. Okay. Now we go inside. Ellen, the secretary said, you can go in. We go in, and I start to put the chair and everything. Imagine, nobody does that with Menachem Golan, right?
Right?
And Menachem Golan with his big tummy, his glasses, and his tongue out. He was like that. He says, what the fuck are those two guys doing? I mean, what the fuck? I bring the chairs, does his facial, I bring the pictures on the table. He says, he goes like this, okay. He says, I have all your information. If
Yeah.
we need you, we'll call you. I know what that means in Hollywood. As soon as somebody says that to you, he wants you
Yeah.
to get the fuck out of his office. So what do I do, Juanita? What do I do?
You don't accept that answer.
Got it. And I come to him, very close to him, Juanita. But I had to be quick also, he closed the
Right?
security. I just say, with all the respect I owe you, Mr.
Yes.
Menachem Golan, you are making a big mistake, a very big mistake.
Yes.
What? So what do you mean? This guy is going to be a huge superstar. Yeah, he's making a movie right now with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Jean-Claude was hitting his knee against my knee on the. He didn't want me to say that because he said he's going to discover I'm just a puppet. I mean, what the fuck are you doing? But I didn't know what to do else. We had
Right?
I had to try anything. He says, what do you
Right.
mean? Yes, he's the villain, because it's like everything was quick in my mind, because I
You
see, I
took that
see, I
opportunity.
see, I
Right.
see his sign, Dolph Lundgren. I
Yes.
see Master of the Universe. First thing I see, it's this poster, and that, everything came in my mind. I said, this guy was playing against Sylvester Stallone in Rocky Four
That's
as
right.
the villain. And the two guys in Hollywood at that time in the 80s, it was Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That's right.
Don Dolph Lundgren played the villain. He signed with him. Why not Jean-Claude? He plays the villain with Schwarzenegger. He might sign him too. So
That's
everything
yeah.
was quick in my mind. So
Yeah.
I said, yeah, he's okay. He's a puppet. Yeah, but he doesn't know that. Maybe he's not going to know that.
Yeah.
I just wanted to
That's
try.
the
I just wanted to try anything. I wanted to try anything. So I said, yeah, he's playing against Schwarzenegger of 20th Century Fox. Yeah, Joel Silver is producing the movie.
wow.
20th Century Fox. He says, what do you mean? I said, yeah, he's playing the bad guy against Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
And I remember he says to me, he's playing the heavy? I never heard heavy, right? At that
Yeah.
time, I never heard heavy.
Right.
He says, he's playing the heavy? I said, yeah, he's playing the heavy. I didn't know what heavy was.
Yeah.
He says, hold on. He calls Helen with his Jewish accent. Helen, come over here. With his tummy, his
Yeah.
tongue, his glasses. Look at us. Look at Helen. Helen, come. See with Jackie Birch. Jackie Birch is the one who takes care of the casting.
That's right.
the main casting. She's very known in
Yeah.
in 20th Century Fox.
Wow.
Called Jackie Birch. Ask if Van Damme, Jean-Claude Van Damme, is the heavy. Is it the heavy or not? Means the bad guy. And that's where I learned heavy means the bad guy. She went, talked to her, and yes, sister Juanita, yes, she said, yes, he's playing the heavy against Schwarzenegger.
God.
Imagine, she didn't
That's
mention he was in the, she just mentioned, yeah, he's playing the bad guy because he's the alien. So imagine, do you understand?
the stress in that moment.
Unbelievable
Oh
moment.
my gosh.
Menachem Golan look at
It
us.
worked.
Menachem Golan look at us, looks at Jean-Claude. He says, okay, we're going to sign 3 picture deals.
Wow.
And your first movie
Yeah.
is going to be, and he goes to his drawer and pull out a screenplay, Bloodsport. First
Oh
movie, Bloodsport.
gosh. Wow.
And then Jean-Claude, what he does? What does he do? He look at the screenplay, he takes it, he pull up the pages, and he look at Menachem, and he says, and what is going to be my part? Maybe he thought it would be an extra again. I don't know what he thought. But he said, what is it going to be my part? Menachem Golan says to me, you imbecile, you are going to be the star of the movie.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
This is the story of how we got that 3 picture deal with Menachem.
God is good. He gave you the right things to say. You have
Yeah,
quick on your feet. God is good. And I mean,
absolutely.
look what happened from that time till now. Just
Yeah.
amazing.
Me too. I telling you the story and I'm saying, oh my God, how that happened, you know? How can I say things differently? I mean, how did I did that? How did I
Wow.
and it's God, it's just
It's
God. I
God.
mean, you know, I was desperate. I was desperate. It
Yes.
was tough time, but I
Wanted to
didn't
reach
want to
that
give
goal.
I didn't want to give up. I was just grabbing and didn't want to let it go, you know. I just didn't want to let it go.
And you didn't. You clung to that. You know, when the wind was blowing, you
Yeah.
clung to that wall and you worked your way to every step of that process. And
Imagine how hard it was, and Jean Claude was negative.
yeah, he
He
didn't do
couldn't
it.
he didn't believe in himself. He didn't he was like just worried, afraid. I said, what the fuck? Why are you worried? I was saying in the elevator. I mean, come on, we have nothing to lose. It's not like
Exactly.
we're going to come. I said, it's not like we're going to come and kill somebody. We're just
Yeah,
trying to do a movie.
that's right. Trying to bring that
We're not,
excellence to the
we're not
world,
here
that
to
talent.
do. Yeah, we're not here to do something bad. We're trying to do something good.
Exactly. And it all
So
panned out.
that's how it happens. Many people don't know what you go through. They just see the movie, wow, great movie, but
Yeah,
they don't know what happened to
behind the
get
scenes.
there.
Yeah. All
So
the
that's
same.
why I say to people, don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. As long as you have life in you, don't ever give up.
Amen. Amen. If you can dream it, you can really do it. Like Walt Disney said, you can do it. You just have to. And I think that's what shines out through for me is that you've mentioned that you have to believe in yourself, even if other people
And
don't
how
believe.
and what happened after that?
Yeah.
After that, the amazing things happen. What happened with Predator? What happened with after that
Right.
Black Eagle? What
Right.
happened after that with Cyborg? What happened after that kickboxer when I did Tong Po when I was not supposed to do Tong Po? It was Harold Diamond. It was an accident. That's another story. And then after that, Death Warrant. After that, Lionheart. where I brought my brother to play Attila and I played Musa. That's another story. So we have so many interviews to do ahead. I'm with you, sister, and we'll do all of them, you know, step by step.
I need
Because
that, my brother.
because people deserve it. You have people there, they love us, they love our movies, and without them will be nothing. So the least of thing I can do is to tell them stories which I hope they will enjoy.
I think that's very, very awesome. It's an honorable thing to do. You have articulated it so well, my brother. I mean, this has been such a phenomenal session. And yes, we have many more upcoming sessions right here at Meticulous Moments. Qissi and I, we are brother and sister, and we are working together on a lot of projects. And you are going to see, guys, there's a lot of big things in the pipeline. You know what? We give all glory to God because we know we live and we move and we have our being in Him. And without Him, we can really do nothing. Brother, I thank you for a phenomenal, phenomenal session. And guys, we'll see
I
you.
thank you to you. I thank you to you. And I met you in Dallas. I saw the way you are with your husband, with your children. You are such a wonderful mother. And that's why you are in my heart. I see how beautiful you are with your children, how beautiful you are with your husband. And your husband, Kevin, is such a beautiful man, such a great spirit, great heart, good heart. I mean, you are just a wonderful couple, and I thank God every day to have met you.
Thank you so, so much. Absolutely. Family is a blessing. And I speak a blessing over you and your family as well. It was such a wonderful privilege to meet your son today, Elias. And guys, we'll see you in the next session. Qissi and I watch this
One
spaces.
last thing, one last thing, one last thing for the kids there who are listening.
Yes.
One important thing to all those kids who are listening. I'm going to give them right now
Yes.
the success to succeed in life.
Mm.
So, the how to succeed in life, I'm going to give them right now. So I
Mm.
hope they're listening. Juanita, are they listening?
I think so. Let me check. They're listening.
Are they listening, all those kids there?
They're listening.
So the secret to succeed in life is listen to your mom and to your
Oh,
dad. That
amen.
is the secret of the success in this life. Believe me. Peace and love.
Peace and love, my brother. God bless you. God bless you.